Hello, welcome once again to STUFFandTHINGS Plays. I'm your good friend Bradley, and today is, I think, the thrilling conclusion to the very long Red Dead Redemption 2 saga. I think we're at the very end of the second epilogue after the 6th chapter of Red Dead Redemption 2. We've been following John. John and Sadie and Charles all got together, and they went after Micah. Micah is dead. We ran into Dutch in the last episode, and now Sadie is talking of money. I've been complaining about not having any money throughout the entire epilogue, so maybe this is finally our chance to get some. Let's see how it all plays out.
Kevin, Blackwater.
I'll go see.
Hurry up! I got a wedding I want to go to.
A wedding? That's a lot of money. You gonna be okay, Sadie? Don't die, Sadie. Don't die, Sadie. How much was there? I'll buy me a horse, some guns, some nice studs. Buy Abigail a ring. I gave her a ring already.
Jack, Uncle, come out here!
Is Charles okay? Okay, we're all alive. Everyone's alive.
It's over, Abigail. It's all over.
She's not pissed? Did they at least bandage her up? It looks like maybe. Yay! Sadie's gonna live.
I'm going to where the sun burns and the heat stays in come and come away.
Alright, do we get to see what happens to everybody now? Oh, or no, we actually have credits?
Right here,
I heard there were like 40 minutes of cutscenes at the end.
the river turns to dust and God is never rush. Come on,
Okay, well, if that's the case, either if that's it, I'll just put this on the end of the last episode, or we'll see what happens. Maybe there'll be some after credit stuff. Okay.
It seemed to make sense when
So we can sort of sit here,
Santo said,
soak it all
"One
in."
more run be enough. Gonna be enough.
Maybe not.
Money for everything, silver-toed boots and kerosene. Come and lay by my side.
I think I'm satisfied with that conclusion. It brings us up to where John is when Red Dead Redemption 1 starts. Oh, here we go. We get to see their actual wedding. Oh, look, Sadie's all gussied up. And Uncle and everything.
Come and lay by my side right here. Red, I need you in the world.
And we get to see John turn into who he is at the beginning of Red Dead 1.
I forget that I'm in
The sad
the
thing is,
cage.
if it's
They
actually
bring me to some
1907 in this, and I think that's when this is, when the epilogue finally ends. He's only got 3 years, I think, until Red Dead 1 starts and his whole life gets completely destroyed yet again. But at least he had a few years of good times with his wife and kid.
Right here. Red, I love
All in all,
you in the world.
let's see what's happened here. What's happening here?
Red, I need you in the world.
Oh, is this going to actually be a cutscene? What was that? Okay. I don't know what that little scene was of him riding over the dam, but if I give sort of my full review of the game or my final review of the game, sorry, I think this game is a masterpiece. I think it is a triumph of sort of a singular vision. I know it's not a singular vision because there were so many people involved in this game, but the Hauser brothers mostly at Rockstar. A game that was not made was not watered down by concerns about about commercialism. A game that they just said, this is what we're making, for better or worse, and this is what it's going to be. Obviously, there is so much artistry and skill and everything going into it. Hey! But, you know, there are some things that are very obtuse about this game, things that other people complained about. I heard so many people talk about how the game was slow, how it was boring. It's not. It's exciting and interesting the entire time, and even if it's not exciting the entire time, it's interesting the entire time. I always enjoyed what I was doing in the game. I loved the attempts at really immersing you in the world by making things take time, by forcing you to really see, you know, when he's looting, he's opening the cupboards, he's going through things. It's not just like a menu item pops up and suddenly you suck in all these items. That has its place, that's fine, that's a video game. But this world is so much more immersive than any other open world I've ever played, and there was never a point where I was bored playing the game. The only criticism I have with this game is maybe it's a little overlong. They could have cut out probably a lot of some of the extraneous story beats. I would have been fine with that. Nope. Oh, no. Oh. It's Ross and Milton. The Pinkerton agents, or I guess now they're not Pinkerton agents, or they won't be in the future. Is this how they end up finding John? No, that's the other Pinkerton. That's the dude. Yeah, he's in Red Dead 1. I wonder if they're suggesting that the fact that John went after Micah is what tipped off the government agents to his whereabouts and made them decide to use him to hunt down the remnants of his gang. I think that's what they're saying, which is horribly sad. So Abigail was right the entire time. I don't know. As I was saying, well, here we go. Here's another scene. I'm sorry, this is all chopped up. Okay, that doesn't show us anything. My only real complaint is maybe it's slightly overlong. They could have tightened the story a bit, I think. And then the controls could be obtuse sometimes, and they could be frustrating sometimes, and they weren't always consistent. So, you know, just normally exploring in the open world, playing the game. Oh, look, Charles is leaving. There's a train coming. Ugh, it's very irritating. Bye, Charles. We love you. Oh, Jack. Look at Sadie. She's all girlied up. They're trying to do so much with the controls, and I understand that, and for the most part they work when you're exploring the open world. But then they have these times when you're in a mission and they just decide that the button that did do one thing before no longer does that anymore, and they decide aiming isn't aim anymore. Now you're aiming with the square button or the circle button. And I don't like that lack of consistency, and sometimes things just wouldn't happen. Like for whatever reason, the game has decided that you are not allowed to look at your weapon wheel right now. You're not allowed to select a weapon right now. We're forcing you to have this cattleman revolver. We're taking away your Schofield for no reason. Little things like that bothered me. So there were some control frustrations, but other than that, I don't really have any complaints about this game. The art design is amazing. The production design is amazing. The performances were amazing. I think it has the best story. It's at least up there with one of the best stories I've ever seen in a video game. I think the best protagonist that has ever been in a video game in Arthur Morgan. I ended up liking him so much throughout the course of this game, and they did such an amazing job of making your choices actually matter. They turned him, you could play him as a sympathetic person or you could play him as a dick. And the fact that I played him as sympathetic completely changed the tone of the entire narrative. That's really amazing. And they did an amazing job. And his performance, the voice actor who did Arthur Morgan, was fantastic. Like an amazing performance as he gets ill, and oh look, it's Mary Beth. She's writing. Hey, Mary Beth. As he gets ill and his health deteriorates, the way his whole demeanor changes, like, it was very, very well done. She's a novelist. That's cool. So maybe we'll get to check in with all the other members of the gang who survive. I guess this will be its own episode. We'll see. And I'm sure I'm going to be able to still run around and explore after all this is over. Because there are so many challenges. I don't know what's going on with my voice. So many challenges that I didn't complete. I was just kind of focusing on the main story. And there's still some stranger missions we could do. But now, perhaps, I'll actually have some money. But I'll probably do most of that stuff on my own. I don't know how much longer the credits are here, but basically I think this game is fantastic, and it saddens me that I think a lot of people who have the attention span of children would not give this the time it deserves and actually play it through to the end, because the story is fantastic. The conclusion was fantastic. It's really worth playing. And I love the fact that this game can exist. In an era when so many games seem like they're designed in committee to appeal to as broad an audience as possible and to just force you into playing multiplayer, buying microtransactions, all that nonsense, this game is its thing. It is its own thing. It is a single-player game. It is sometimes obtuse. It is sometimes challenging, not in terms of gameplay, but just challenging in what it's trying to do and what it's saying. It's not there just to make you addicted to the gameplay the entire time. It's there to tell you a story, and it's there to set a certain mood and a certain feeling, and it's uncompromising in that way. And in some ways, I guess it scared some people off, because there are plenty of people I've heard who are like, it was too boring. But it was fantastic, and I love that it exists. Oh no. Uh-oh. This is how they find John. Shit. Who is that? Was that the guy, the bounty guy? The Mexican dude that I got with Sadie? So they're on John's trail right now. This is even more sad to know that, like, all the things he was doing as he was trying to build this life and get out, there was this little bit of him that couldn't completely give up everything. He had to go after Micah. He was still doing bounty missions, and that's what's going to lead Agent Ross to him at the beginning of Red Dead 1 and set in motion his end. And what's the deal with this train they keep showing? I wish they would just put all these scenes together in one so we could just watch it play out. I guess they know that people wouldn't watch the credits then, though. What'd you guys think, though? Those of you who have stuck with this series throughout the entire thing, did you enjoy how the story wrapped up? Were there things that you would rather have seen happen? Were you satisfied with the conclusion? Oh, look! She has a kid. Another one on the way, it looks like. A nice husband. Hey, Tilly, good job. I'm sure we could find some of these people throughout the world as well. This was definitely Game of the Year for last year. No question in my mind. It was the same when Breath of the Wild came out. I don't care what you thought of Breath of the Wild. You could not argue that it wasn't the best game of the year. And it's the same with Red Dead Redemption 2. I watched God of War basically all the way through. It's fine. Looked like a good game. The story was pretty interesting. It's not this. This is something on a completely different level than God of War 2. Or than God of War, whatever it was. And it was the same with Breath of the Wild the year it came out. And I don't care if you like this game. I don't care if you enjoyed playing this game. This was the best game that came out in 2018. Just like Breath of the Wild was the best game that came out in 2017. No question. They were just doing something that no other game was doing. How much more of this is there going to be? We might kind of edit around a little bit, just get to the actual cutscenes. Roads. Oh, there's Pearson. Pearson has a shop. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, look. It's the whole gang. Okay, they're questioning Stagecoach? Where are they right now? I don't like this. I don't like them homing in on John's trail. The harbor at Saint Denis, or is this at Blackwater? Who is that? Oh, is that was that Bo and what's her name? I couldn't tell. The Braithwaite and Gray? I'm not sure. Goodbye, Sadie. Have fun in South America. Well, she survived at least. Alright, what else do they have to show us? There's not much. We saw Mary Beth, we saw Tilly, we saw Pearson. We've been seeing Agent Ross on our trail. Charles went away, hopefully to Canada, to settle down with a nice woman. I don't know if there's anyone else who survived, really. Where is that? Oh, Annisburg. Okay, why are you showing us Annisburg? Oh, there's Arthur's grave. So is it on the hillside where he died, or the mountain? Blessed are those... Oh, I didn't see that. I think it was blessed are those who thirst for righteousness. There's Mary. At least she's mourning his death. Charles buried him, right? Is that what he said? Yeah, I think it was the scripture, blessed are those who thirst for righteousness, something, something, something. I'll have to look at that in the edit. Okay. This is the... That was the whatever gas and Cornwall gas and whatever. I don't know if there are more scenes that will actually reveal anything, so I'm just going to keep watching till the end. That's a pretty horse. Do I own that horse? Come on, Jack. Uh-oh. Thunderheads moving in. Now, would they have found him if he hadn't gone after Micah? Probably. He wasn't amazing at keeping his identity a secret. It just sucks knowing that he's dead, or that he's going to die. It just sucks. Saint Denis. Alright, we're getting into the game testers now, so this should be near the end of the credits. We shall see. I'm wondering if there's going to be an actual post-credit scene with dialogue. And when will they give you control of John again? Because I'm assuming we get to just keep playing as him. Interesting. the desert. Where's this? We haven't explored any of that part of the map. And we probably won't, because I think this series is over. Oh, it's Eagle Flies, or Eagles Fly. Eagles, I can't remember which. Or no, that's Rains Fall. Rains Fall. Hey, buddy. The credits have been going on for about 30 minutes now. A lot of people. A lot of people made this game. I think these credits are finally winding down. They are quite appropriate in length, considering the length of the game and considering how many people had to have worked on it. I just wanted to have a little sign off at the end. I've pretty much given my final thoughts on the game and how much I enjoyed it, but I'm convinced that there must be something at the end, some little after credit scene, and if there's not, I'm gonna feel like a doofus. So maybe this will all be edited out anyway, but we shall see. It has been 36 minutes since these credit scenes started, and I've been sitting here the whole time. I will have edited out most of it for you guys, so you just see the actual cinematics, but it's been a long time. Aha!
All right, John Marston.
Okay.
Since you bought this millstone around our necks, we better try and keep this place going.
I paid our debts with that money.
I don't want to talk about that money. And no more of that.
It's over, Abigail.
I'm sure.
Why am I in first
Then
person
get
mode?
to work on this ranch you own and raising your boy.
Yes, ma'am.
Why are you looking so
Are
smug?
you being sarcastic, John Marston?
Me? Never.
Good.
Anyway, I thought you liked this place.
No, John, I don't like it. I love it. It's home.
You okay, woman?
Never better.
Me neither.
All right, gang.
Me neither.
So there you go. Now we can just be John. We can work our ranch. We can explore the world. I can do all the things that I didn't do. I did quite a bit of exploration and stuff when we were actually playing the game, but there are all sorts of... well, I don't think there are very many stranger missions left, but there might be a couple. There are all sorts of challenges, like hunting challenges and shooting challenges and all sorts of things that I could do. But I think I will do that on my own time. I will play around in this giant sandbox that Rockstar has created. But for now, that is the end of Red Dead Redemption 2. Thank you all so much for coming along for so long on this very, very, very long journey. I really enjoyed playing it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. But until next time, until we meet again, I've been your good friend Bradley. You've been the audience. This has been Stuff and Things Plays. I'll see you later.